Go. Hello, YouTube. So I still have not figured out how to split screen, like the real YouTubers. Um, I'm working on figuring out which um software to use, which program to use, the whole bit. But right now, the best I can do is read from my phone. Um, and since the holidays and allergies are a big, huge deal, um, this is something that needs to be talked about. And it doesn't really matter what time I record on YouTube because it stays up. That's one of the reasons that we're here. And one of the reasons that I'm trying to actually encourage more chronic illness TikTok creators to start posting on YouTube because well, you get a little bit more bang for your buck. If you stop in, say hello. My name is Pauline at MCAS, Mass Oxidation Syndrome. I have hypermobile spectrum disorder. I am autistic. I have ADHD, coconut allergy, ethylene chloride allergy. Uh, Means I'm allergic to basically everything from plated metals to sunscreen to chlorine. Um, it explains a lot about hating swimming pools in my childhood. Um, and right now I am trying to basically um, Walmart multi-stream set myself up here on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. So I was considering possibly trying to game, because I know a lot, just for the hell of it, just game on TikTok. That maybe I will for my birthday. I don't know. We'll see. Um, my birthday's during the week. My husband's going to have to go to bed early, so um, maybe we'll figure out what we can. Maybe we can figure out a game that I can play. Let's see. One second. The funniest part about this whole thing is that my daughter and I both are chronically ill. We're both chronically effed up. Um, and it does not matter what time I start my streams. Um, everybody shows up after 1 o'clock in the morning. Like I've considered starting. I woke up at I think 11 o'clock this morning, 10 o'clock this morning. I got 4 hours of sleep. Um, and I I stayed up. I didn't get a whole lot done right away, but I stayed up and I did consider getting ready and trying a live. And then I thought, what if like the world explodes? Because people are gonna be like, who the hell is this chick? And why is she awake and making me all depressed about, chronic illness and everything that's wrong. Um During the holidays, but God, it's just there's so much. There's a lot to deal with and a lot of pressure during the holidays for everybody. For absolutely everybody. Let's see. Huh. I can play. I could play Pokemon trading card games. I could play. We're not playing Geometry Dash. We're not playing anything tonight, but I could do Super Mario Bros. That might be fun since I just saw the movie. Candy Crush Saga would just actually only work until my ADHD said no, and I broke and I threw my phone like through a window. Um, Pokemon Go I could do. That's interesting. I did not realize you could do that one because I could do Pokemon Go while I'm walking. Hi over on Facebook. Who is here? Because I can't see. I can't see chats. Let me see. Mari, is it you or Jewel? What would you think of me trying Pokemon Go next time I'm walking the dogs? That might be. I could play Tetris on here. Okay, now we're talking. We might have to do a one night a week game night. Plants vs Zombies. I would be fine until I hit my level of done, and I would throw my phone at something hard. And I just got it, so no, that's not happening. All right, so just 1 second. Recording while. See, you're not giving me the options I want because you think I'm playing a game and I'm not. Oh, that's why. Nope, I am not. Yeah, I am.
As in live?
I'm on YouTube and I'm on TikTok, but I'm sorry, I'm on YouTube and Facebook, but there's nobody. It's just me. It's fine. What?
All right, cool. I wanted to come over here and say this quietly. So you know how Matt Rick's weird about women?
Hmm.
And more recently, yeah. Well, on the podcast, they're obviously making some jokes, and she's covering the podcast, so she's going through some of it. And he also speaks in a very specific. He speaks in a way, in a certain way, where one-syllable words somehow become five-syllable words in a way an accent simply cannot produce. And he said if he woke up as a woman, he would let his homie's head. So, um, I'm starting to think he's gay. I'm starting to think that being weird about women isn't just being weird about women to be weird about women.
Well, he's made plenty of comments about different things.
So I'm starting to wonder if there's some internalized something or other.
Possibly.
Yeah. What the fuck is going on with this man?
Possibly.
So many things. So many things is the answer.
Topic. Not chat and interview. Daily life. Or today it's just going to be learn. We're learning today. Goal. Sure. It's not going to be on for a super long time anyway. I'm going to put gingerbread men. And I'm putting 46 because that's how old I'm going to be.
In the meantime, before people show up, you can probably work on some art or something. Because it usually takes a minute.
Yep. Get alive. Well, I did. What TikTok is really peeving me off on this.
Is it being funky with some setup?
Yeah, it is. It keeps on changing every time you change the live goal. It won't let you keep it going.
I don't know. Try and put the most expensive thing on there and see what happens. Also, it could just be a template or something that nobody's recording.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a huge deal. You could probably find a joke to make about literally anything on there.
Yeah. TikTok, not
Considering MCAS and latex allergy and all that, you could make a joke about anything.
TikTok glitching is kind of like the McDonald's like shake thing working.
Well, yeah, but the issue is that it never works. Whereas TikTok ain't glitching all the time.
This is true. Ah!
How does it work again?
I accidentally turned on my Mrs. Claus and filter.
Huh.
Yeah, it was working. I was just trying to share and scared the crap out of myself. Barb's awake. Surprise. I think she's still in the hospital. So let's check my channel. Hello, hello, hello. So I chose 46. I'm telling you right now, I chose 46 gingerbread men as my gift goal because my birthday is on Tuesday. Tuesday? What day is Christmas? My birthday is the day after Christmas. That's what I can tell you. All right. So I did not quite think this through, but all right. I'm going to hi everybody. All right. So please tap the screen for hearts. Please try and help me get some more hi Crystal. More more publicity out there for MCAS and latex allergy and all of the other crap we're going through. How are you doing today? So what I'm going to do is read what I thought I would do is read a few short stories that I have found. I can do one of two things. I can read a few of the short stories that I found, news articles, on MCAS and related situations, um, like latex allergy, chronic illness, that kind of thing. Um, and then in between, we can talk about just chronic illness in the holidays. And I can give thank you for the like, LT Don. And but yeah, I'm gonna be my new B day is on. I think it's on Tuesday. I'm I think it's on Tuesday. So um yeah, super super fantastic on that. Not going anywhere probably. Well, we might go out to eat, but we'll definitely have to call the restaurant first, make sure they don't have any latex balloons. Make sure there aren't any birthday parties. Make sure that there are any poinsettia plants. Um, because poinsettia plants are one of the plants that actually carry um latex sap inside of them. Good times, good times, good times. Um, so let's see. Hmm. You want to talk MCAS? You want to talk latex allergy? Or you want to talk um, just chronic illness in the holidays? Let me see here. How's everyone doing? First of all, if you're here for MCAS, mast cell activation syndrome, I highly suggest you search Dr. Lawrence Afrin, Afrin, on Google. Please share the live. Please tap the screen. And please help me get this one out there because I made a whole 1050 on YouTube on TikTok last year. My special interest turned into a full-time job. So let's not talk about how much that breaks down to per minute per hour. We don't want to know. All right. So let's talk basic questions that I've been getting that I need to answer. I have 370 um 360 drafts in my TikTok folder. So gifters and supporters will be prioritized. But I try to answer everybody, which is why I'm in the position I'm in. Because I come from a reporting background where information is what you provide to the public. Um, Robin, when I start to read, I'm going to ask. When I find a piece I need to read, I'm going to tell you that I need to be quiet for a few. Okay. But anyway, how you doing? Where'd you go? I wasn't reading yet.
It's okay if you have to read. I'll go on mute.
We can talk for a few, because what I want to do is I want to read what I want. I want to do a few. I've seen some creators use lives for connecting with people and talking to the community, right? And doing a hard doing their intro and then their outro, and then taking 5-10 minutes or whatever in between and talking to other people and whatever, and then going on to the next one. That way they when they go back to their live, they can go through the live and they can figure out where to cut and where to start for the actual video. So it's kind of like a 2-for-1. And that was my plan. Um, so how are you doing? Are you in the hospital still? Hey, babe, you still in the hospital?
Sorry, I was talking, but I was on mute. I've been out the hospital for like a week or two. I've been at home.
Okay, all right. I wasn't sure what the last. I know that like not all the videos are shown like in actual order, so that's why I was confused.
No, I've
Um,
been at home. I was discharged my second week
mm,
because I have a doctor's appointment. I had to look on Tuesday to see my surgeon
okay,
and see my GI.
all
So
right.
I had to get up out of there.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so let's see. What do you want to know about mast cell, latex allergy, coconut allergy? Do you want me to build my? Do you have a question? Is there something that you're looking for? Specifically, something safe that you can use that I can add to my Amazon storefront for you. I've been doing that for a lot of people.
Me?
Huh?
You mean me or you talking to someone in the comments?
Everybody.
Oh,
If you need something else added, I can add that too.
yeah, I think I asked you a lot of stuff about latex allergy as it pertains to the stuff. Well, like latex allergy goes so deep. It's very, very.
Quite honestly,
How deep it can go.
I honestly think latex allergy is like the connector for everything. Like I think it's gonna be a while before we get to the point where it can actually be proven. But let me find an article here real quick, and then I'm gonna do an intro and an outro. Because I want to record this one as a video. So I need to start putting stuff on my YouTube channel.
Right now, I'm kind of in the stance of being really aware of the relation between certain foods or products and how they relate to stuff I'm already allergic to. Like for me, I'm like, I don't want anything with almonds in it because I don't want to potentially lose almonds because it's related to peanuts and there's a high chance of someone with a peanut allergy developing allergies to other tree nuts. So I'm paying attention to that.
Certainly follow your doctor's orders, but I will tell you from just a general chat in a lot of the latex community, definitely pay attention to your doctor. I'm not giving medical advice, just personal experience. But like there, I definitely do what you do. Like I limit, but don't completely avoid things that I have not reacted to, or things that have or that I've not at least been able to connect a reaction to. Thank you for the likes, Talmaj. How are you doing?
It's very difficult because, of course, we know, and as you said, like anaphylaxis is two or more body systems at once. For me, sometimes it doesn't feel like I have two body systems because not only just because I have stomach pain doesn't mean I'll get hives. Now, if I have stomach pain and hives, I know I'm definitely allergic to something. But if my stomach is hurting, I don't know if it's because I'm intolerant to this or my stomach is simply like gastroparesis. It's my stomach and everything. And my intestines just don't work as they should. So I do notice if I have something and then it starts to bother me, and then I give myself a little break, like 2-3 days, and I come back to it, it doesn't bother me as it did that time. But I don't know because I don't have rashes. I'm not, that's usually how I know I'm allergic to something that I ate because I automatically get like hives.
Okay.
Skin reactions.
All right, so then you might have It sounds like you have the super severe allergies to the crazy stuff like rice, which
Yeah,
is
it gives me hives on my stomach.
how the hell you survived infancy, I have no
I
idea.
think it's like
Um,
relation to grain and pollen. I don't know.
but let me tell you, I mean, Eliana's full first year, we were poisoning her by accident. Because we didn't know that I was hospitalized 3 times for mastitis, and the third time my midwife was like, "You need to stop, um, or you're going to be in here every other week until you stop." Um, and so I think that triggered a lot of stuff for me because I was hooked up to an IV 24/7. Yeah, haha.
Yeah,
Um,
that's hard.
yeah. And anyway, yeah.
It's really a process of elimination when it comes to MCAS and latex allergy. I
Mm.
notice what my triggers are, even though some things they'll say, like, they'll, for example, I'm allergic to soy, but they'll be like, oh, well, we took the protein out of soy lecithin, so you shouldn't be reacting to this. Or so be
Yeah. That you know what that sounds
cause a reaction.
that sounds like the day I went to see. I remember this conversation specifically. Um, Eliana had just been diagnosed with the allergy to mesquite. I don't remember yet if I had been diagnosed. We used to live in the Tucson, Arizona area when she was a toddler. And we were there for about 4 years. And um, I will tell you that her allergist had a line out the door. Brilliant doctor, great bedside manner, but he had a line out the door for allergy shots every single week, and I was like, wow. And he goes, yep, you want to be an allergist? Moving to the South is where it's at. Because the way he explained it from his experience, people who were born there um, uh, tended to have immunity and more or less likely to be allergic to local plant life as opposed to the new people. Thank you for the heart, zebra down under. I appreciate you.
I'm not immune to anything, and I was born here.
Well, that's because you're allergic to rice, Robin. And when you're allergic to rice, that means you're a special kind of what the fuck. Um,
I think that's MCAS. Honestly, I used to eat rice a lot, and like you said, stuff that we used to eat a lot. You lost avocados.
I ate rice, girl. I'm Mexican American. I ate rice, beans, avocado. Every meal had rice, beans, and avocado. Um, it was as an adult, I lost the foods that I kept on eating as an adult were bananas, because smoothies and um uh avocados because keto and all of that. So I completely understand that. Talmage says that having a second, trying to figuring out triggers, still so new. So all of this stuff. All right, Talmage, this is triggers are hard to figure out. In fact, it took me for some of us, it can take a long time to figure out triggers. I'm not even kidding. And sometimes you have to remove a lot of stuff before you can get to figuring out. Well, okay, I've removed X, Y. I've removed X through Y. I'm still reacting. And that must mean that it's Z. Like I'm literally down to like this last thing. Um, but I say that because um, no one assumes For example, are you wearing latex? What are you allergic to? What do you have MCAS or allergies?
Both of my allergists decided that I should continue my allergy shots. Just need lots of meds. My allergist never recommended allergy shots. I don't know why.
Because for some people they don't work. For other people, if they're already
The clinic talks about, oh, we treat latex allergy. We do allergy shots. And I'm just like, so. And I know like the tolerance thing is like, like for my peanut allergy, I go in, have a little bit of peanut, and they'll look at me. And then I come back and have a little more peanut, and they'll look at me. And then I come back and have a, and then over time, I shouldn't be allergic to peanuts. But I've been allergic to peanuts since I was like 10 years old when I saw my pediatrician allergist. And I'm still allergic to peanuts now. So I'm just like,
Robin,
interesting.
all I'm gonna say, because I am not a doctor, I don't play one on social media. But I got a tone now, and you know it. You know which one it is. If this was me, peanuts are a legume. Legumes are in the latex allergy cross family. You are allergic to latex. I'm allergic to latex. If somebody wanted me to continue coming in, because every single exposure, according to the Allergy and Asthma Network, can increase the severity of allergy for anyone who has it, and it can trigger it in people who don't. So everybody who's like, oh, I suddenly became allergic to latex, bullshit. That's been developing for a really long time. It's kind of like insulin and diabetes. The United States medical system isn't set up to catch insulin resistance. It lets you slide on by until you're flat out diabetic. Same thing with latex allergy. So if every single exposure can trigger the allergy or make it more severe, and according to the Allergy and Asthma Network, every single exposure, you don't know, you cannot predict whether or not the next exposure is going to be a minor one, if you're going to have one at all, if it's going to be minor, just some sniffles, maybe just some hives, maybe a rash, maybe some welts, maybe some flushing, anaphylaxis, or worse. You don't know if the next exposure is going to be slightly worse than the one before, non-existent, or the last one. I personally wouldn't be doing it at all.
I was diagnosed as a child. She told my mom, like, yeah, your daughter's allergic to peanuts, but like not that much. So she can have peanuts, but still be careful. So that's what we went with for years. Because I was allergic to peanuts, but I never really had anaphylaxis to peanuts, and I never had anaphylaxis to peanuts until a year ago.
Right. Well, like we didn't know we were allergic to mesquite until we moved to Tucson in like 2009. And all of a sudden I'm going through 2 boxes of dye-free Benadryl a week. Myself, Eliana's coming home with rashes every time she plays outside. And we're at the hospital every other month because thank you for joining, everybody. Like literally, we're at the hospital every other week or every other month. Well, at least once a month because she was developing what we didn't know were allergic fevers. And looking back, I thought I was the first one that was presenting with MCAS. Actually, I mean, I was while I was pregnant, but like I didn't realize that hers was presenting as early as while we were still in Tucson. I thought hers hadn't really started until She hit puberty. That's what I used to think. Um, and Zebra Down Under, we've been we've been surviving. Um, I've been surviving. How about you, Robin?
Uh,
Yeah. Eliana said, zebra.
I'm not dead yet, but my mom thinks I'm gonna be.
Okay, well,
I mean, relatable.
um,
Concerning, but
Take that as you
relatable.
will.
okay, well, maybe if you didn't go, I have a video that I have to post because and people are gonna get mad, but like we didn't realize, okay? Um, so stop doing things, and I'm saying this to myself too, okay? Stop doing things that you know you're allergic to.
It has nothing to do with my allergies. Why she thinks I'm gonna be dead.
Oh, really? Stop saying
No,
it.
it's
Start
not
start
allergies
saying
related at all.
start saying it alive. You're the reason that we get banned, girl.
Oh, deceased.
Yeah, yeah, that works
Oh,
better.
unalived. Oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah, that's okay.
It's a dumb rule, but it is there.
Yeah,
Dumb.
yeah, but what
And
it
I've
what?
seen a lot of people seemingly just say it, and then in the captions
Yeah.
use a more child-friendly
Gone with the Lord.
variant, but
So gone with the Lord.
huh?
Gone with the Lord.
Well,
You know what
there are a
Mexican?
lot of creative
You know what
ways to
Mexicans
say
say?
not on this mortal plane anymore.
You know what Mexicans say? But at least northern. I'm not gonna. Not all Mexicans, but my family, we grew up saying, before bed, the adult kissing the kid, getting them ready for bed hasta mañana until the morning. And the response was si Dios te quiere, which sounds so sweet and positive in Spanish. In English, it literally translates to if God feels like it. I mean, there's nicer ways to say it.
Yeah,
Like,
normally the direct translation isn't necessarily the direct intent in language. Kind of like how a lot of phrases in English would make zero fucking sense translated.
yeah, there's a lot of other Spanish stuff that wouldn't make sense in Spanish either, in English either. But I know. Um, so so Tamaj, most likely MCAS and also allergies. Do you have any idea what foods you might be? Now, here's the thing, just so you know, there is the possibility that I want you to. Are you keeping a food diary and a reaction diary? I would like you to, um, first of all, I'm going to start offering because I can't keep doing this for free. Um, I want to keep offering free content that is always going to be available to everybody, um, because accessibility is important. But I do need to start making sure that I uh, have something. I need to turn some of this into a job, or I gotta stop doing it because I'm homeschooling a chronically ill, autistic, ADHD 16-year-old while I'm also trying to run a household, and I'd like to stay married. And my dogs like to go potty. And we like to eat dinner. You know what I'm saying? So like I need to find a job if this doesn't work out or whatever. So like I need to do we need to make things happen. So one thing I can do is I can start offering uh group and or private Zoom consultations. Again, I'm not giving medical advice. I would just be going through the stuff that I learned along the way, and providing links and NCBI and reference, like actual reference links that you can take to your doctors because they're not going to care who I am. They're not going to care that you get your information from Pauline on TikTok or whoever on TikTok. But information you can take to your doctors. We could meet once to twice a month on Zoom. And it's up to you if you want to do private or group. And we can figure out a few things. And sometimes putting heads, more heads is better than one. Sometimes hearing something, for me, hearing other people explain their symptoms and their experiences is how I put is how I process, because I can't be the first one to explain a symptom. I can be literally, I can't even tell you how many times I ate and made pot roast. Immediately lost my appetite 2 to 3 bites in. Immediately started burping like a trucker. Like I was gonna birth a demon. And then eventually had to run to the bathroom because I was going to projectile vomit. Because high histamine. And it wasn't until somebody else, I saw somebody else describe the same while I was also developing malts. And it wasn't until I saw somebody else describe the same thing in a forum that I was like, wait a minute, that's not normal. Like, neurodivergence, think about it. If you have MCAS, EDS, POTS, or the trifecta, a lot of us are neurodivergent, and we tend to describe things feeling first, not logic first. I can almost guarantee you, if I had gone into a doctor 15 or 16 years ago and said, "Hey, doc, I really think I'm allergic to bananas and avocados and latex, because every time I do or eat X or touch Y, then that this happens." Here are some pictures of the last time I had a banana smoothie. My husband's waiting in the lobby. If you'd like to talk to him, he can talk to you about what happened the last time I had aguacate avocado on a taco shell. Um, you know, I get welts when I eat peanuts. No. Instead, my autistic ass is in there talking about how my hair hurts.
Well, it makes sense if you're like talking about, sorry, brain fog, the condition that you have that starts with R, because that's common. But when I was trying to describe what stuff feels like to me, like the nurse was like, no, like that's not how you explain things. And for me, I have a lot of GI symptoms, and I already have a GI diagnosis. So taking that over to an allergist, knowing that I already have these diagnoses of PDS and all that, I feel like they just get overwhelmed, especially because they're like, oh my God, like, why does she have all these problems? But literally for me, when I had leftover gravy, one day I had leftover gravy, I just chewed on it, probably a little bit got down, but it felt like I had to have diarrhea and throw up at the same time, but I couldn't use the bathroom because my colon doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
So I did throw up twice, and eventually I did have to run. So it was a very, very long and tiring experience, but that was the worst shit I've ever gone through. Well, it's not the worst, but it's uncomfortable. And I get very, very tired when I get exposed to my allergen. Like I get really, really sick.
I understand that.
I get very, very nauseous immediately.
Yep.
I'm gonna feel like I'm a projectile. I get sleepy sometimes. It's hard to stand, it's hard to move, and I can't comprehend it.
I've been sounding drunk lately a lot. I've had a lot of people commenting in videos that I sound inebriated. And by all means, if you happen to catch a video of mine and I am slurring words or tripping over thoughts that I'm trying to put together that normally would come out in that can, understandable manner, please feel free to tell me. Because usually I understand that it's happening. I just now put together that itchy tongue means tongue hurts, means tongue swollen. Like I have to I have to I had to do the math.
Allergies airborne and somebody eats peanuts near me. I'm like, my tongue is spicy.
Can I explain?
Chili peppers.
Oh my
I'm
God.
not
Okay.
even eating peanuts. There's somebody next to me eating peanuts. I'm like, I'm very spicy.
Okay, I have to find this. I have to find this article. I saved it and I have to find it because. Okay, one second. Let me see.
Or if I consume something I'm allergic to, such as mayonnaise or celery, very, very spicy throat. Feels like I have COPD. Feels like I've been smoking a pack since 1971. I was born in 1998, mind you.
Mhm.
And I'm like, and then I try to talk to my mom, and my mom's like, what's wrong? I was like, Mom, I think my throat is closing. And she's like, what? Why do you sound like that? And I'm like, and she's like, you sound like you have a terrible cold. And I'm constantly trying to clear my throat, and I'm like, and it has happened with mayo and bell peppers.
Okay, so bell peppers are also a latex cross. Mayo contains soy, sometimes contains celery. Both of those are latex crosses. And yeah, unless you literally, if I were you, I would literally not be touching mayonnaise unless I made it at home by myself. It's actually pretty easy to do that.
I thought they said it didn't contain any of my allergies, and the way that the restaurant had it set up is that you have to put your specific zip code in and go through all these hard ass things to show like what is actually detailed allergen. And it was like, oh, so I thought it was safe, but it was not. I didn't know that mayo contained soy. I never knew. I never looked at the ingredients of mayonnaise. But yeah, bell pepper thing. I used to eat bell peppers a lot, but it was in like some queso I was chewing on. And my other friend, she has MCAS. She witnessed this firsthand. We were just sitting there chewing because she also has gastroparesis and MCAS, whatever. And we were watching Netflix. And then I'm like, girl. And she goes, what? And I'm like, girl. And my voice just like went into that weird, groggy old man sounding shit. And then she's like, yeah, you need to go and take your hydroxyzine. So I did my emergency hydroxyzine. I usually take hydroxyzine every night and during the daytime. I'm prescribed it 3 times a day, but I take it only 2 because I don't have the attention span to do my medications like I'm supposed to. So I took that hydroxyzine and it like almost cleared that away. And like I went to sleep and then I woke up. I'm like, girl, I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah, that one's magic.
Allergic to bell pepper.
Guys, tap the screen. We stepped at 500. All right, so Robin, one thing I learned: Kids with Food Allergy Foundation, and this was published February 1st. Non-Hispanic Black adults and children are more likely to have food allergies compared with Hispanic and non-Hispanic white individuals. That's an interesting one. Jen, thank you for sharing the live.
You said non-Hispanic Black adults. So is it non-Hispanic Black adults? What about Hispanic people who are non-white?
New data from the CDC. This is from February 1st. New data from the CDC shows that non-Hispanic Black people are more likely to have food allergies than other ethnic and racial groups. As a division of the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, KFA is dedicated to saving lives and reducing the burden of food allergies, including for people disproportionately impacted. Find resources and support on our website. Um,
Okay, that makes sense because Black people are more than likely to develop asthma because of where we live. Poverty, the air conditioning's not that good. So, Black children are more than likely to develop asthma as well. And I wonder if it's the stuff that we were just exposed to when we would eat them.
did you know that the asthma community is at higher risk is in the high risk group for developing latex allergy?
Yeah, I heard you say that when I looked it on the asthma thing. They were saying that something with healthcare asthma. I don't even know what that is, but healthcare makes sense. But yeah, I heard you say that. My mom doesn't have asthma per se, but she does have a lot of reactions, and I think it's MCAS. But when I tell her that I think she has MCAS, she gets angry.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I don't, I didn't want to. Okay, let's put it this way. My husband and I have been having a lot of discussions lately. He's right, by the way. Just in case he sees this, that maybe I need to start following my stricter food eating plan like I used to, because I've been reacting more and more and more. Um, Now, granted, two of them I had no control over. One of them was the latex balloons at Target, and then it was 2 months ago. And then a week later, I had a few bites of banana of tamales that were wrapped in the banana leaf, and I'd never had one before. I don't know why 3 full grown adults in the same room didn't put together that we weren't looking at a Mexican tamal. We were looking at one from a different culture, and I'm the one handling it. I'm the one touching it. I'm the one cutting it up so it cools off. And I took a few bites, and um, I was fine. I didn't have an immediate reaction. I was fine until the next day. Okay. When I woke up and I have to put the series together. It wasn't until I woke up the next day that, I'm not kidding, the holes at my tonsils and my throat and esophagus were so swollen that I had two little holes here and here that when I opened my mouth, they were smaller than my nostrils, and that's the only, so I was breathing through my nose. That's all. Should I have EpiPen? Oh hell yes. Did I? No, because I didn't know better. I never because I've been so just gaslit into what fine, no big deal. The first time I went to the emergency room because I had developed such severe swelling on my eyebrows that I looked like I was developing horns. um, uh, uh, Doctor asked me, "Can you breathe?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he was like, Why the hell are you here?" Because it was in the middle of the night. He was taking care of a lot of people with some very serious issues. I said, I can understand now what was going on. But his question, you asked an autistic person if they could still breathe. Yeah, I could still breathe even though I was you heard it in the video, right? Right? Um and so I made an appointment with my provider and said, I need you to tell me when I'm supposed to go when I'm supposed to just use my regular my rescue plan, and when I'm supposed to go to the emergency room. and when I'm supposed to use my EpiPens, because I don't know. Because when you tell me that if I can still breathe, tap, 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 we're still at 500, um, that if I can still breathe, I'm okay. I can still breathe if I'm not dead and alive with the Lord. And so, like, I take things very literally, right? So, like, I need to know, what exactly do you mean? And so I said, okay, so what about the I'm just gonna tap then. So then what about the I have zero shame, people. So then what about the uh oh shoot, 1 second. All right. Okay. So then what about like the what was I looking for? 1 minute. Brain just shot for a minute.
I could consume an entire large-sized bag of salted vinegar chips in a single sitting if you would let me.
It's not a bad thing for your pots.
This is true. That
Okay.
being said, can I get more?
You can have a few more. You've been messed up for 3 days and haven't eaten 2. I don't care. But I forgot what I was saying. I forgot. I literally forgot what I was saying. I'm sorry. Does anyone remember what I was saying? Robin, what was I saying?
We were talking about how you're autistic, and if you ask you to, if you can breathe using breathe.
Okay, right. So I say to my doctor, I'm like, all right, I need you to tell me, like, when am I supposed to do X and when am I supposed to do Y? Because if you can still breathe, you don't need your EpiPen and you don't need to call an ambulance is not good enough for me. Mind you, I am not giving medical advice. I'm not telling anybody anywhere not to listen to their doctors. Okay? I am simply sharing personal experience. Okay? And because I have mast cell activation syndrome, I react. Sometimes I can have 4 to 5 reactions per day. I can't epi 4 to 5 times per day. Okay? An Olympic athlete couldn't epi 4 to 5 times per day. Okay? So I have to make sure that I'm paying attention to my symptoms and what's going on and what other options I have to minimize symptoms and the possibility of needing to use epi and the possibility of having to go and then call the hospital, or go driven to the ER or call an ambulance and whatever. You guys need to tap the EpiPen, okay? I'm doing research. I'm working, and I don't care if you don't give me gifts, but please at least acknowledge the work that I'm doing with likes, and help get this out into the algorithm. If you're sticking around for the conversation, because I would sincerely appreciate the recognition for the work that I'm doing. I am no longer afraid of, and if you don't like it when I tell you that I'm worth you tapping the screen, then that's not my problem. Okay. All right. So autistic and ADHD people, we don't always I honestly think we need translators. I think we need to have the option for a translator in a clinical setting.
You want to know I told the nurse what I was feeling before they discharged me and I ultimately got readmitted. I said, it feels like there's a big ball on the side, and it feels like there's this big ball that's happening and it's hurting me. And she's like, no, that's not, you can't use that to describe it. And when I said the same thing I said to her to my GI, he was like, yeah, that sounds like a bowel obstruction.
Yeah. Okay. So
Come on now.
you know how I used to describe what I think was small fiber neuropathy. I'm like, it feels like I have a whole army of like little tiny like gnomes that like are like marching inside of my skin and stabbing me from the inside out with from the inside out with their spears. Mhm.
Because it feels like I have like a really small person that I swallowed that is trying to get up and crawl out of my mouth.
Yep. So
Like
first,
infant, maybe.
so first, know that for your kids. Hi, Rising Dawn. How are you? Hi, Marilyn. Hey, Layla and Julia. Just so you know, one of the things that people need to understand is that the hell. I want everybody who's in here right now to follow my chronically spicy Facebook page. Um
There's a 25% chance they can get EDS. I really hope they take over their dad's genes. They
actually
deserve that.
yeah. Okay, I have a public chronically spicy and the spicers um Facebook group, okay? And I just started it literally like the day before yesterday. So that we could start building a little more community and having a few just getting a little closer and some
Mine needs to be hot sauce tier, and then like the highest tier needs to be pepper tier.
okay. And so what I did, I just came across a post of a woman who did a fraternity, maternity shoot, embracing motherhood, fearless mom, stunning maternity shoot with thousands of bees, defying allergies for a breathtaking experience. She literally had her baby bump covered in swarms of bees.
Maybe she's a fan of Candyman.
Could possibly be. Um, I don't understand. Okay.
Well, she's a black woman, I'm assuming.
What?
Is she black?
Mm-mm.
Oh, she's white tea?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, the reasoning I was going to do won't apply to white tea people, so.
Yeah. Not even. Another thing that I wanted to bring up for kids is that I have never made my child eat something that she didn't want to, because even Dr. Rubin has said this. Avoidance is a sign of an allergic reaction or an allergen or a sensitivity that might not be aware of, parent might not be aware of. And guess what? I have a video in my stuff that does show that uh, I'm pretty sure every single food that I used to hello, whoever is hanging out on YouTube. I used everybody used to get in trouble for not eating as a kid. I'm allergic to now. I'm gonna take a small minute here and I'm gonna ask, there's 4 of you, if you could please come over and like my YouTube channel, subscribe. It's chronically spicy. Go to my YouTube bio. It's in my link tree and subscribe. My goal is to try here's my birthday wish, and then we'll be realistic. But my birthday wish is to suddenly go like super mega viral by my birthday, for some stupid reason. Although I've gone stupid mega viral before. My biggest post has 850,000 views, and I, I haven't had one single article written on me yet. My second one has like 480,000 views, or I think, and like, whatever. But that's okay. I need to start pitching at editors myself. The point being, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers, and if I can get to 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel, I can monetize, and then that means that this could actually be a career. I also want anyone who's interested in actually speaking with me on my YouTube channel about their experience, to create their own YouTube. If you haven't already, create your own YouTube account. You don't have to have your picture. You don't have to put up a whole bio. You don't have to do anything other than just do the basics with like an avatar picture. And if you want to go on and have a conversation with me um, about something, um, maybe that's something we can do. Um, and we can look things up together. We can learn about things. Once I learn how to actually freaking, split screen and do the things that people with other brains can do. I swear, I hate my learning curve. Once I know how to do something, I know how to do it. But until I know how to do it, like I'm like I completely clueless. So hello, Skyry. Um, so but anyway, everything that I used to avoid when I was a kid, I would get in trouble for eating, that I would get in trouble for not wanting to eat. I'm allergic to now. Um, did you know that peas are legumes? I hated those. Hated those. Um, and there were a lot of things I tried getting out of eating. Um, and I swear to you, this is how gaslit I was even as a kid, and I think a lot of it has to do with just being Mexican. Um, I remember the day before, my mother had made beef tongue for dinner, like actual beef tongue, which is a very typical Mexican meal. Only I'm not too cool with tasting something that I didn't realize. I think this was more sensory than anything else. I When I would take a bite, I could literally feel like every single freaking taste bud, like, and it felt like it was tasting me back, and I was like, "No, we're not doing this." And I'm like 7, 8 years old, like getting in trouble with dinner, like not eating this. So I lied, or at least I thought I did, and said that I didn't feel good. I needed to go to sleep. It was like still light outside. It was close to summer, and it was definitely uh, not normal. So I go to bed, and my mom makes an appointment for the next day to go to the doctor's office, and I'm like, I'm going to get in trouble. They're going to figure out absolutely nothing's wrong with me, and I'm going to get in trouble. And so, like, I'm like freaking out, having probably my first panic attack. I'm tapping the screen for hearts, just like you can. Okay. And I had some kind of gastric something going on. I don't remember what it was. But all I can remember is feeling this huge sense of relief, actual relief. So, yeah, exactly. Robin's right. Tap the screen and comment helps lift the live. If you're here, if you're interested in what I talk about, um, uh, tapping the screen, getting it on the FYP page, interacting with it, all of that.
You probably have no idea what you're talking about. Have you thought about making a screen in the back or like a thing saying MCAS topic? So when people know, they probably have more questions about MCAS. But if they come in and you're talking about a story, they don't know. So if you put MCAS in the back and topic where they can see it on the back, maybe like people who know or heard of MCAS can ask more questions here.
How do I do that?
Conversation is. I think there's a green screen option you can use. Some people use stickers in the back.
Okay.
A little bit to help you.
All right, I'm working on that. Because I thought that's when when you start the live and it asks you what you're.
People don't pay attention to that. When they're scrolling, they're not going to see that.
Oh, see, I read all of
They'll
them.
basically see what you have written in the background. That's how debates go. They see the background.
All right. So, for kids who have allergies, there you go. Okay. For kids who have allergies, the point that I was trying to get to is that neurotypical people tend to describe. Ellie, can you please fill the dishwasher? Eliana, can you please fill the dishwasher?
I mean, yeah, but I'm also doing other things. I'll do it, I guess.
I appreciate it. Okay. So the bottom line is that we tend to describe things sensory first. And so it's not the way doctors are taught in medical school to understand what allergy symptoms or MCAS symptoms might be like. Meaning, instead of saying, I get really tired and gassy and bloated and fatigued every time I drink broth that's been slow cooked for hours, where they can follow the path. We might say, I don't know what it was, but then I just got really tired and had to lay down, and everything hurt. And like it's hard for us to speak with doctors about what's going on, and it's hard for them to understand us. And I think it's one of the reasons it takes, I think, an average of 10 years to get diagnosed. I know 2 people who were diagnosed in about 10 months, but both of them were diagnosed that quickly because it started with lung C. they started with the long C clinics, and they were diagnosed. And I told the first person that it was MCAS, that I thought it was MCAS the first day she posted, and she was like, You were right," and I'm like, it's because that's exactly what it sounded like. um So, yeah, if your kids are trying to avoid food, it's probably best to make an appointment with your doctor, um, on depending on what the food is. If they're avoiding chocolate, I don't think the world's gonna fall over. But if they're avoiding, say, milk, or avoiding
There is also an eating disorder, AFRID, which neurodivergent kids have,
Yep.
where they have general fear and avoidance of certain foods. So if it's affecting, if the avoidance is so much that it's affecting that your child's dietary needs, then go and check anyway. Whether or not it's allergies is important to know. If you may have a neurodivergent child.
It also might not just be neurodivergency. There is a certain point where children aren't going to have the language to describe everything, neurodivergent or otherwise. So they might just genuinely not know how to tell you.
Yeah.
Or like not be able to describe it beyond it tastes bad or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
Exactly.
the whole thing with neurodivergent people and doctors is that neurodivergent people usually describe it like little kids do.
But that was just me growing up. I didn't, if it was in triangles, I wasn't gonna eat it.
Yeah. I understand. Triangles are important. I just got slurry. 1 second. I'm looking for.
For the 5 people here, can you like and comment, even if it's like not the most relevant thing? Commenting helps boost the live, and liking isn't hard. We want to know who you are. Who are you?
Yeah, and how can we help? If you're here, then obviously something is catching your interest. If you have questions, please ask them. If you don't want to ask,
have different experiences, and we're both different ages, so
yeah,
like if I can't answer something, Pauline can. If Pauline can't, I can.
and if you don't want to ask them here publicly, I have the Chronically Spicy and the Spicers Facebook group, which is still a public group, but I literally only have like, I think 8 people maybe in here right now. It's a very small group right now. And then I've got my Chronically Spicy Facebook page. You can send me a message there. You can even email me at chronicallyspicy@gmail.com if you want me to answer a question, because you need the answer. And I would still want to be able to use the response, but could keep you anonymous. Then email me your question, and I'm more than happy to do that too. That way, you're not sharing something that doesn't make that would make you uncomfortable, having it out there. I completely understand that. Oh, here's one that things that this was from November 15th. Just so you know, I shared this one on the 23rd. And it's going to be its own news piece. So I'm just gonna have to. I don't have the. We both know my ADHD means I'm not going back to this video and cutting it into pieces. So that means I'm going to be going back here tomorrow and doing this separately. But just so you know, according to Allergy Moms with Gina Close, it's a giant group with 53,000 people following. It says, this is according to Allergic Living, advice to always go to ER after EpiPen shot is set to change. So I'm gonna do pay attention to my YouTube channel because I'm gonna do this one this one on YouTube. It's either gonna be on YouTube or on Facebook. I'll let you know when I get it online. But I'm trying to figure out which way. If I can't figure out the split screen thing, it's just gonna go. Oh, capillary. Hi, Vesper. Okay, 1 second. Did you know I already had the I am Benadryl earlier today one time? 1 second, capillary refill. Capillary refill. Espriel, wait silently for Vesper. Maybe even. What? Maybe even right on under the mark. Oh, okay. All right. Cool. Because I did for the first time. I got my IM Benadryl. My intramuscular Benadryl, which is crazy. Let me show you what that looks like. Because now we have to figure out my hip bag. This is my Koala bag is no longer big enough for me to carry that fits my rescue medication and my EpiPens. That doesn't fit this. My syringes. All the medications, all the paperwork I can read through because it was compounded for me. And the vials. I got the intramuscular. I know you were playing with Maddie. I saw it. I thought of joining, but then I figured if I did, then I wouldn't go live. And I've been meaning to try and start getting actual stories out there and start building time on my YouTube channel, because I need to have X number of hours streamed, X hours watched, and X number of comments and interaction, etc. So I'm trying to and slowly build I want to start transferring my community over here. I want everyone who's interested to start a YouTube channel because we can start talking on YouTube. But yes, this is what I am Benadryl looks like. And let me tell you, this is a 50 milligram I am Benadryl vial. Okay. It's stronger and it hits harder and it hits faster when it's injected. I can take, and this has been approved by my doctors before anybody freaks out, but my prescribed on my bottle of Benadryl, it says 50 milligrams per reaction. 50 milligrams of Benadryl for me is like a Tic Tac. It does nothing. Oh, you need to go sleep. Any plans for Christmas? We staying home. We're just taking out. It's just me, hubby, and kiddo. So we don't know anybody really here in Georgia, so we're just hanging out here at home. But I hope you have a good time. And if we see each other before then, if we don't see each other before then, Merry Christmas. I'm only going to be here for just a little bit longer, and then I'm going to be cutting it too. Um, so, but I have one of my mutuals is one. Wait a minute, my tongue is getting. I'm going to take part of a Benz because my tongue. Steph, accessible biz coach, has just joined. I just tripped on my tongue, and when I say tripped on my tongue, I mean I sort of bit it. Meaning, to me, I'm now noticing and picking up on signs that my tongue is swelling. And that could just be a straight up casting. So I will do another capillary refill and we'll check. Right? Capillary refill. That actually looks pretty good. I'm gonna take a sip of water and see if I might just be thirsty. All right, we're going to give it a second. If it happens again, I'll take it. My nose is also getting running. It's two things. Do I have Benadryl? I am Benadryl. You know what? When I cut this, I'll do this first, which is the check this out. I'm actually starting to feel like a real life chronic illness patient. Like I'm a Girl Scout and I finally got my fucking uniform. I earned a badge. Like I am Benadryl now. I have
asked my PCP to see if I can get the inhaler Cromlin. I don't know if it'll make a difference, honestly.
Okay, can I tell?
From my GI perspective, he was like, yeah.
Have you tried?
Has done nothing for MCAS.
Have you tried?
For MCAS, for gastroparesis.
Have you tried the one on Amazon yet?
No, because I don't like put stuff up my nose unless I have like serious like seasonal things, and that's just like not.
Hey, Robin, have you considered it would also be just less trouble for you?
If I can breathe through my nose, I ain't putting nothing up it. And when I do use stuff, it's usually
Robin, it's getting down. Listen, if it's going in here, it's going down the same hole.
All right,
that
1 second.
Woman.
Listen. If it works, it works. And if it's less trouble, it's less trouble. And if it maybe would save you some time, effort, energy, fucks, then perhaps listen. I do not care if you don't like putting stuff up there. Good for you. I get it. Sensory exists. But so does your health. And guess which one could potentially get you unalived? It's not the first one.
This is the 16-year-old that yells at mom all the time.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to sit on the couch and just listen to you go,
but this thing I haven't tried that would be super convenient and super easy if it does work, I'm just not going to do it. No, not an option.
No, listen.
Then maybe I'll try it.
Listen,
No,
listen. Listen to me. I am telling you, I cannot say which doctor publicly. You know who I'm talking about, okay? It's a doc. You know who I'm seeing, right?
Yeah, I know what you're saying, but
Okay.
I've also heard from other allergists that it wouldn't be as beneficial as either oral cromolyn.
Okay, so then 1 second. You know what? Give me a minute.
Not as beneficial means not as beneficial for all people.
Not
specifically for you.
Yeah. Also, oral cromolyn did jack for me, but give me 1 second.
Yeah, but like my symptoms are primarily GI related, and oral cromolyn is used for those.
Right, but
And it's the same goddamn thing. Robin, the autism is supposed to help with logic, Robin. Why is it not doing that for you, Robin?
hey,
Because I'm a Libra.
chill.
And you clearly are not being a smart one. Calm down.
Hey,
I'm being this. This is not me being rude. This is me pointing something out. And this
Watch
is you
it.
need to listen for 5 seconds.
You need to chill.
This is what happens every single time you go on a live, woman. I hear this every time. Every time.
She's not gonna come back if you keep yelling at her.
She will. I've done this before. This. I'm pretty sure this exact interaction with different words has played out before.
Okay, Robin, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, 1 second. I'm gonna check. Joel, I took half of Ben's. I'm gonna give it a few and see.
She's alive. I
Um,
can confirm.
gastro.
But also, my GI says with his MCAS patients with gastroparesis, cromolyn in itself didn't improve gastroparesis.
That does not
It's
mean
not
you can't
going
try
to.
it.
It's not going to because it's not gonna make it go away. That's the
There's
problem.
also like you know how sometimes plants, if you eat a certain part of it, you're fine, but if you eat another part of it, you're probably dead. Or if you cook it a certain way, you're fine, but if you don't, you're probably dead. Yeah, it's kind of the same thing here, except neither of them are gonna get you off the census. Sometimes it's not the fact that it is this specific thing. Sometimes it's the method of ingestion, even if it's going into the same spot. Sometimes
Personally,
it being a little different actually does help.
The oral cromolyn so badly is because I would actually be putting it in my small intestine. I wouldn't be putting it in my stomach. I drain most of things from my stomach.
Yeah. Listen, that's what you're missing. Okay, so I'm not saying that I've done this because I haven't, because I don't have the condition that you have. But let's say that I had tubes sticking in and out of me, attached to me with adhesives that were directly putting nutrients into my small intestines. Because, well, better example, I've had a swollen tongue before. In situations where I have had nothing with me but my nasal crom. Okay, the one that I've got in my Amazon storefront. Guess what? I open that thing up. I put it directly on my tongue. Do you want to know why? Because it is exactly the same as the prescription medication in the vials.
It's just a different package.
It's just not, it doesn't require an RX. I am not giving medical advice. I'm not telling you to buy it. I am simply telling you that it exists. It is safe for kids ages 2 and up. It's $18 for a pack of 2. You get I think you get 2 in the pack.
Oh, the geckos.
And it's $46 if you
Wow.
for a pack of 12. And I have used it in my water. I have used it. Most of my get mast cell are in my sinuses. I put it in my water. Yes, if one is contaminated, I mark it so that I know and I don't put it.
I'm being looked at by a
Uh,
government.
so that I don't, do it. Add the one that I put up my nose in my water. You know what I'm saying? But I would not have a problem if I had, and I can. I would honestly ask, um, uh, are you mutuals with the doctor I'm talking about?
No, I am not.
Okay, I am. I obviously am. Um, I am going to see if I can figure out a way. Let's see. Mayo Clinic.
Now, if like a medical professional tells me, yeah, you can do that, then surely I'll buy it. If I can put it in water, or if I can put it through my tube that way.
It's the same thing. I do
But
it.
the thing
We
is,
all do it.
I still want to ask about the nebulizer, since it said it can be used for asthma.
Yep.
And I'm
that's
diagnosed
why I
with
have
asthma.
mine.
I'm also diagnosed with MCAS, but I don't give a shit about that. But the breathing in one, I feel like would be beneficial to me, since when I do get in my flares,
Yeah.
it's either GI or my chest and my back, and I have to use my nebulizer anyway.
Yep.
So I think that would be beneficial as well. And if I can use that and not have to use my dang inhalers all the time.
Yeah, but just so you know, the only reason this one's a pain in the ass is that I have to do it 4 times a day. I never get it in 4 times a day. I bought
I'll do once a day at most on a good day.
I only use mine when I need it, but that's probably because I use mine for asthma.
I did buy a travel inhaler. And
you have that on your thing, right?
huh?
You have that on your thing, right?
Yep. Yeah, it's on the Amazon storefront. Yeah. Drill.
Battery operated or chargeable?
It's rechargeable. And USB, so I can charge it in the car. And you have to add batteries to it, like I think triple A, I think. But you can charge it with batteries. I'm sorry, USB. I might actually have it right here.
My mom, I know she.
Yeah, I do. It's right here.
Every
Look.
time I travel to New York, she's like, "You need to bring your entire nebulizer and all that," and that shit is heavy.
Okay, look. The only reason this is a pain in the ass is because you actually have to hold it to your face for 5 minutes. Like there's no holding it across. But
how long does your treatment take?
How long does it take? Maybe 5 minutes.
Do you do one thing per thing, or do you do 2? I usually put 2 in there when I do my nebulizer.
I do. Well, I'm supposed to do it 4 times a day. My autistic brain tells me that if I do two times a day, two times a day, that's still 4. Technically, am I wrong? Yes. But I also know that I think the amount is what matters more than the amount of times. And I will confirm this when I talk to my doctor on
If I can use
Tuesday.
like the regular cromolyn and put it in water, I would actually want. I would need to know a dose so I know what is beneficial. So I'm just not doing stuff willy nilly.
Yeah. Okay. So with the
how many pumps can I use in the water? How do I dilute it?
Oh, that's the thing.
Serving a good purpose.
When you start with cromolyn, for anybody who has MCAS, you're supposed to start with the smallest. Like I was literally my doctor that prescribed it for me literally had me using a quarter of the vial. Now, mind you, pretend it's a full length, like actual liquid vial, like you know what I mean, ingestible digest water vial, right? Um, literally had me using a quarter of the vial and like tossing it. Um, my ass was like, I'm sorry, I am not throwing my perfectly good chrome on. So I am not recommending this. I'm just telling you that I would put it in a cup, um, and sitting upright with the open side up, and I would put it in a cabinet so that it was dark, right? Because it's supposed to stay dark. Um, and I would use it until it was gone. Now, is that recommended? Have I looked it up? I have doctors yelled at me for it. No, 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 no. And the last one also no, because I haven't also brought because I also haven't told. They don't need to know. They don't need to know. I'm sorry. It doesn't matter. I'm still it works fine. We're not talking about 6 week old baloney. You know, it's different. Um, so and that would be so nasty anyway. Um, but the bottom line being is this is super small, super light. The only thing, and I'm gonna tell you right now, the only thing I don't like about it is I have not found a way to keep this from turning on in the bag. So I'm actually considering taking the batteries out, and while it uses two double A's.
I don't really like. So my doctor, he was really confused because he goes, "You have asthma. Like, why aren't you on Xolair?" I'm like, I don't know. My doctor said I needed a certain amount on the skin prick test to get Xolair.
Your
And then my PCP was
doctor's
like,
an
that makes
idiot.
no sense. I was like, well, that's it.
Your doctor.
My allergist has no problem with putting steroids on back order for me. So I appreciate that because he knows I'm going to need them.
Yes. Yes.
And I do steroids too, even though they shoot my blood sugar up above 200. But it's okay.
Yep. My doctor, our doctor, because we only see the same, we see two of the same doctors. We have a doctor in Tennessee, who treats our mast cell, our hypermobile spectrum disorder, and she's referred us to the Mayo Clinic. We will be in Florida. We will be going as soon as we have a plate on our vehicle. My husband bought us a used vehicle so that she and I can go, because he can't take time off work. And this is gonna suck because we have the tilt table test and genetic test, and it's just gonna be us, and I have medical PTSD. And we have no friends here. I mean, we have a friend, we know someone, we just never get to see them because they're working all the time because they're busy. So like I honestly don't know how I'm going to make it through that day without the wine that I can't drink.
I think they're gonna. Some people ask for fluids before the tilt table. Some people get fluids because they want to make sure it's not a dehydration thing. Because if you're dehydrated, of course your heart rate's going to increase. So they'll probably give you fluids before you do it, so you're well hydrated.
Yeah.
To see the differences.
Well, I'm also going to tell you that
I hate those sticky things that they put on
see,
you.
that's the other that.
I try to peel them off, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm sorry, your skin's ripping. This is the EDS."
No.
I can put these sticky things on me. I be itching, and it hurts so much to take off.
That's the other thing I have to talk to my medical provider about first is what do I do about the sticky things? Because here's the thing. And thank you for the likes. I just saw the 1,000. I am allergic to ethylene diamine dihydrochloride. For those of you who do not know, ethylene hydrochloride is a substance that was invented in let's just say that the timing works out great for explaining the all of a sudden everybody and their mother is allergic to latex, and it starts getting added to it's structurally part of hydroxyzine. It's structurally part of Atarax. It's structure. Oh, there's only three Gen 1H ones that do not contain hydroxyzine. Those are the only three that I can take. Allegra, Claritin, and Benadryl. Those are the only three that I can take. Benadryl is my rescue med. I cannot take anything else. That's why I do not take it 4 times a day as directed, because if I do, then and my body hits tolerance, what the F are they going to do for me then? They can't give me anything stronger. Hi, Becca Marie. So I only take Benadryl when I need to, if I can. And I have to, when I talk to my doctor on 26th, I have to ask her, now that I have the IM Benadryl, does that mean I'm supposed to skip the pills? Because, like, I buy, like, the Walmart version that I free, or am I, for, like, the minor stuff, and am I just supposed to use it when, like, I'm, like, it's not fudge.
Question. You're not allergic to apples, right?
Huh?
Allergic to apples or yogurt?
I can have one kind of yogurt. See, my husband's. I'm getting mixed. Right now, my husband's telling me to stay away from dairy because he thinks it's affecting me. But like,
Okay, if you have a dairy
but
allergy,
no, I don't have a. But he's
can you crush the pill and put it into something else?
But he's
And
buying me
then
Chobani.
swallow it?
Girl, I've been. Can I? You're gonna wince. But I've actually chewed down. I have a straight Benadryl and a straight Benz.
Just buy a pill crusher, crush it up with something that you can tolerate, and just take it down like that, like a baby. Why are you making it so hard?
Because it works faster the other way, and because the only thing I can tolerate that I want to drink is water or sparkling water. Like I can't do anything else.
No sort of soft food that you can swallow.
Well, not if I want to break a fast. And I'm trying really, really hard to get back on fasts because I do not want to show up at the Mayo Clinic. I'm probably about. I've lost 30 pounds. I'm 30 pounds from my highest, which is good, but I'm still 60 pounds from my wedding day. And
yeah, Ileana's 16 now. You can't blame it on her.
Thanks. And now you can go.
It's okay. My mom's still blaming it on me. I'm 25 damn years old. I'm like, you had 25 years to fix it.
I have a book called Baby Fat Adventures in Motherhood, Muffin Tops and Trying to Stay Sane. And it's about the first year of her life and me trying to get my ass back in shape and my head back in the right spot.
And also just dealing with a very small, stubborn autistic child.
I did that. I knew you were small and stubborn. I just didn't know you were autistic.
Well, yeah, but you picked up on the vibe.
Yeah, I knew there was a vibe.
Girl, you also had it.
Oh, yeah.
Well, at least you both can relate. You're both autistic. When I told my mom I think I'm neurodivergent, she goes, yeah, you got to be something.
I mean, that's a way to put it. That is a way to put it. And it's certainly not the worst way I have heard, but it is a way that...
I love Black and Mexican families so much.
Because, like, when they're supportive, even when a lot of cultures, for some reason, even when they're supportive, it's like that.
But see, Bill tolerance twice switched from nausea meds. See, Robin, I don't know of any nausea meds that I can take because
Benadryl
nausea.
is a nausea medication.
Huh?
Benadryl is a nausea medication.
Benadryl's not okay. Other than Benadryl, I don't know of any nausea medications I can take.
You
Because
probably don't really have that much. Are you allergic to ginger?
I can do well, see, that's the thing. I haven't tried. I usually make
Are you
homemade.
allergic to Reglan? I feel like you'll be
Yes.
allergic to Reglan.
I'm allergic to Reglan. I'm allergic to Zofran. Huh?
I know you're allergic to Comazine and you're allergic to bromethazine. You
And
can't have Zofran.
I had to do 3 Zofran pills a day, every single day during my pregnancy, and I was still hospitalized 3 times, and because I couldn't keep anything down.
Can you do Ada when she's in the van?
Nope.
Oh.
That one also contains literally the only one that I can do is the Benz family. Hi Stormy.
The medication?
Huh?
Is that a nausea medication?
I don't.
Mercedes-Benz?
You know what? How about we look that up?
If it is, I can tell my GI. Because there's nothing that man wants me to do less than throw up. Well, actually, now, I don't think he really cares. But before, he was really gets me vomiting. Now I can throw up without, how do I say it? Without consequence.
Well, the first thing that comes up when I put in benzo and nausea is that if you're trying to come off of, now this doesn't happen to me because I can go 2 months if I'm in the clear and I'm not in a flare, I can literally go 2 months without taking a Benz and I'm fine. If I am but I take 1 milligram a day, half in the morning and half at night, and I save the rest for emergencies. But the first thing that comes up when I search benzo and belly nausea is benzo belly is a term, and it's a common withdrawal experience.
I never even withdrew from a class. Definitely, I'm not going to do it from a minute.
And I can tell you right now, like same thing with antidepressants. They tried every single one. Nothing changed. I could stop. I can stop and start on my text, and they don't do nothing. And that's because I wasn't suffering from depression. People, I was going through autistic or ADHD burnouts, and nobody knew the difference. Because not gonna help.
My mom wouldn't let me go on depression medication because she said I was going to end up like my cousin with 6 cats and talks a lot and really fast and quote unquote crazy. And now I think about it.
Robin, shut up. Benzodiazepines. What you want to know about antiemetics for nausea? WebMD. WebMD is a reliable source. Hi, Stormy. All of the articles are reviewed by actual doctors. Okay. The short, I will send you the link to this story. But the Google short says that Benz are usually prescribed as an anti-anxiety, but can sometimes help with nausea if it is caused by anxiety and stress, which would totally be up to your doctor. You know what I mean? Examples of benzos that can help with nausea include lorazepam, Ativan, and alprazolam, or the X. I will tell you, I have no experience with Ativan or lorazepam because I can't take it. Um, but the reason I'm on the X is because it's the fastest acting one. And since my reactions come hard and fast, that's the reason they put me on that one. They've tried putting me on the V, and the V takes 30 to 60 minutes to work, and that's great if my reactions weren't as strong as and as fast as they are. But when my mouth goes bone dry, you're gonna be so mad at me. Vesper's gonna be pissed. We stopped at the grocery store the other day, and my husband had been in a million times, and everything was fine. We weren't even thinking what day it was, and we had to. We made one stop, did a few exchanges at a clothing store, and on the way home, same parking lot to the grocery store, and he's like, "Let's run and get the things we have to get." And we ran in, and all of a sudden, I hear him go, "Hold your breath," and I was like, I didn't even look, I didn't blink, I just right, and he's like, "Okay, you can breathe," and I'm like, "Oh my god." Speaking of which, while we're talking, let me look at Amazon. And Bog Mask. I have a follower who is incredibly allergic to coconut, just like I am. And let me tell y'all, anybody who is allergic to coconut, N95 masks contain coconut filters. Anything made with activated charcoal contains coconut. If it contains sodium lauryl sulfate, sodium lauryl sulfate, glycerin, that means it either contains soy or coconut. That means that you have, let's just say, I'm working on an ebook for coconut allergies. And it is going to be a PDF that you can download to your phone. Because the list, I'm not even kidding, is probably 600 words long. I cannot read. Cocoa shampoo burned, but I don't think it was coconut. Maybe the glycerin or the MCAS. Possible. That's actually very possible because it is possible that the source of the coconut, that the source of the glycerin is soy, which we know you're allergic to. So that does make sense. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you right now. I keep on getting asked by my friend, my mutual, if I have any bog masks in stock on my Amazon storefront. No, I do not, because the only bog mask, if it says VMC after it, that is not an allergy safe. All fog masks are latex free. Okay. But the only masks that are latex and coconut free are the organic fog masks, which are out of stock. Apparently, they sold out on Black Friday. One of my mutuals got the last in her size, which is the same size I wear, because for some weird reason, and I don't understand how this works. You buy your size based on your height, and it works.
Someone was about this. There was a long COVID group and they were talking about masks. And one woman was like, I keep reacting to the mask. And they're like, oh, well, maybe it's just like some. But I was like, wait, no, coconut. And nobody listened to me.
Which group was it?
It was a long COVID group and a woman was talking about she didn't wear masks, the KN95, because she reacts to them with a rash. And I was talking about they can be made
Wait.
with coconut.
Is this the long COVID?
Nobody listened.
Is this the long COVID association?
No, it's not. It's not long
Oh,
COVID
okay,
association.
okay.
It was a different group of people,
Okay.
but nobody listened to me.
Next time, just put me on speed dial and say, Pauline, you remember that thing about the coconut mask? Just give me that speech and shut up and hang up, okay? And I'll do that for you, okay?
So you think glycerin? You said glycerin can be derived from coconut or soy. I know it burns that shampoo burned my scalp, and it made me sneeze and made my eyes itch, everything. But I didn't know if it was MCAS because I used that for such a long time. I mean, years. And I stopped using it. I was like, I'm reacting to this, so I'm gonna stop using it. And I use the same brand but a different shampoo. It still obviously has coconut derivatives, but less cocoa in there. I don't know. But I don't react to this shampoo now. Mind you, I only wash my hair every 2 weeks. So it's not like I'm constantly using it.
Right.
But still, I don't know. Why would it have soy? I know some products do contain soy, hair products, but bro, come on.
90. I'd say a good 95% of hair products contain soy. You honestly, you are too. You're Robin Hood, and seriously, right now you need to seriously assume that everything's out to off you, and you need to assume the worst, and be pleasantly surprised when you read the ingredients in the back. Do not ever blindly just take a cup or a plate from someone and take a bite. I don't care if the Pope hands you a plate of whatever. I don't care if God's hand reaches down from the clouds with a plate of your favorite foods. You say to God, can I see the ingredients list? If
I
he
know
don't,
most things at places, if I don't see it on there, if they don't have an allergy menu, then that's it. I'm not trying
exactly.
anything there. But also, if I see it and I see something, like there's very, very few things that I know don't contain any of my allergens. And I know the specific, there's probably like one plate of things. Like the only thing I can have at Olive Garden is 2 things on the kids menu.
Looking
And
at
I can have 1 thing on the kids menu at Red Lobster.
yeah.
I can't go to Texas Roadhouse.
Girl, you live in Texas. You shouldn't live. You really should not probably live in Texas because I think you're allergic to Texas, but that's just a guess.
Honestly, they did a good thing with getting rid of the peanuts, but they still sell peanuts there and give them out in bags. But anything that they have is all soy based, so that's the butter has soy. But if you want to know soy free plates at most restaurants, I'll let you know. Also, if you're allergic to soy, you can't have fries from anywhere. So I'm sorry about that. Unless they're fried in lard or olive oil.
And if they're not fried in lard or olive.
Learn how to make homemade fries.
Yeah.
And just save yourself the trouble and disappointment.
And then, like, because vegetable oil can contain soy in most things.
Yes, but if you get a Ninja Foodie,
what's a Ninja Foodie?
You don't. Girlfriend, you're 25 years.
Ninja Creamy.
What the hell?
Yeah, I asked my mom for a Ninja Creamy for Christmas.
I'm looking that up now.
I'm making mango sherbet for everybody in this house. We're going all out.
Ninja Creamy?
Yeah.
Like a baby?
No, Ninja Creamy. Like I'm making ice cream for y'all.
Oh.
I'm making mango sherbet for everybody. strawberry, mango.
Okay. Well, so consider the Ninja Foodie the mini oven of the rest of the world. It does everything from saute to suit, I don't heat to broil to bake to sous vide to everything else. Okay. And you can take, I'm not even kidding you, you can order a family fry at a restaurant and leave it in your fridge for a week, and a week later, like 4 or 5 days later, you feel like just finishing off your fries for a dinner side, add some salt and some olive oil, stick it in the Ninja Foodie. This is if you can handle the histamines, and as long as you're not allergic to potatoes with latex.
Usually, what I do is I don't even fry them. If I'm gonna have like fries, I'll just like put some olive oil and some salt and bake it. It's a long process, but it's worth
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. So activated charcoal. I have a toothpaste. Has activated charcoal. A lot of toothpaste has activated charcoal. Has coconut. Coffee filters. Uh, you need to check on those. Um, uh, I oh my god, it's in so many things. It's in so many things. So it's impossible. It's yeah. But I'm sorry right now with the Vogue masks when they are back in stock. Because I see 0 on the organic. When they are back in stock. We don't get pretty colors and pretty designs. We just get like red, white, red, black, blue, and whatever. We get 3 basic colors, or 4, but I don't see any of them. Shut up.
What'd you find?
Organic fog masks are back on the Fog Mask website, but I don't know if they're on Amazon. They're $33 a piece. My Pomeranian ate 2 of them. That little.
You are the one who knows.
This was when we first got him. I didn't know he was going to be eating things that were bigger than him. Okay, so 1 second. 1 second. I'm going to check organic fog mask. No, he don't got pica. He just likes eating things that taste like me and smell like me.
He can chew up literally anything. He's not going to eat literally anything.
Yeah.
If it tastes bad, he's not. He's
Okay, so 1 second. Fog mask, organic. Okay, so the Fog mask is $33 a piece. And I see on the actual website. So this is why I'm starting. Listen, I'm starting a Substack. The Substack's gonna have 1 article per week, and it's gonna have one podcast per week. That's $10 a month. Okay, that's going to be $10 a month. One of those podcasts and one of those articles will be free for everyone for anyone to listen to per month. I will eventually have scholarship options. So if you want to sponsor someone else's or add an extra dollar to help someone else's, then there you go. And I will see if I can approach local businesses for help on building a scholarship fund for that. However, because I need to start making this into a job and not just a lot of time. So on the Vogue website, I only currently see. Oh, I ain't waiting. Okay. I only currently see organic natural white. No. Organic black with the vent, and organic black without the vent. Guess what color I'm getting? Black without the vent. Guess how many I'm getting? 2. And guess where they're going? Not anywhere near the Pomeranian, because there's a reason I buy $5 socks from Target. Okay, so sizing. Vogue Mask has some really weird sizing. Joel, I'm so excited. Are you still here? One second. I'm gonna have to send a link to my follower. Okay. The sizing is really weird on these. Robin, can you please do me a favor? And I don't know if he's awake, but can you please tag Crazy Sax? Crazy is spelled with it's Krazy sax, like saxophone. Please tag him for me, because he is my follower who literally just asked, I swear, yesterday about the Vogue masks. And I am not making him wait until they are available on my shop. He has as many problems as me and a few other people do. And he waited quite a while for his water filter. By the way, check your water filter. Activated filters, activated activated charcoal. Yeah. That's made with coconut. So, 1 second. Eliana, what time is it? What time is it?
3:54.
Okay. That's okay, because we have less to do tomorrow. I'm not staying up much later, but we have less to do tomorrow.
Yeah, I mean, I can just knock out a lesson or two in school on your computer tomorrow. That's the most we'll have to do.
That's totally fine, and then and then you don't have to do any school on Christmas Eve, or on Christmas Day, or on my birthday, and then you can go back to school on the 20th. Oh, on the 27th.
Because it's not like it would take very long. It's just it feels weird.
Robin said eating mask review. Very good taste, like mom.
He was able to. He would.
Yeah, Robin, can you please tag Crazy Sax for me? I will send them to let them know that I'm sending. Just let them know that I'm sending them a message. 1 second. Fog mask. Okay. FAQ. They're weird on their sizes. Small. The youth is under 10. Size medium. 10 years old to petite adult. 5'3" and under. Size medium. Small adult. 5'4" to 5'7". I am not a small adult, damn it. I thought I was a tall adult, but I'm not. Because I ordered a small and a large the last time, and the large was huge. No, it's Krazy Sax. I don't know who you just tagged. 20%. Okay. All right, cool. I will be doing a video specifically on this tomorrow, because I don't have time to do it tonight. Okay, so I'm a medium. So now I go back to shop. I go down to the, because I swear if I wait till tomorrow and these are gone, I'm gonna be pissed. You need something a lot. I don't understand. What is medium plus? I don't understand medium plus. What the fuck's medium plus? I don't sizes. Medium plus small adult about 4 to 5'7". Size medium is 10 years to petite adult about 5'3" and under. Okay, I'm a medium plus. Eliana, I gained a plus.
Oh no. Because it will totally take just forever to lose that.
Shut up. Oh, okay, fine. I'll do an article on it tomorrow. But yes, back to your Ben's question. They do help. Look up the phrase that I found it under was "Do benzos stop nausea?" And I've got stuff on here from WebMD, National Center for Biotechnology Information, Cleveland Clinic, Healthline, National Center for Biotechnology Information. I'm pretty sure you are you're covered. I have no idea what you mean by I had that covered, by I had that coming. I honestly don't. I'm not trying to be a smart ass, but my brain's like in 4 different directions. Possibly. My brain's in a lot of directions right now. I have at least 25 tabs open. My brain's in at least 6 more than that. So I have no idea what you mean.
I'm pretty sure at least 5 of them are in languages you do not speak.
It's so cool to me when I recognize the refrain in a song in a language that I don't speak. I'm like,
ADHD just hit, didn't it?
and I love reading along in the
ADHD really
and I love reading along in the captions on the foreign films, even though I have no idea what they're saying, but I can read what they're saying. It's the coolest thing in the world. Yes, the ADHD hit hard. Okay.
I don't even think you heard me talking until just now.
What were you saying? Were you talking?
No, I'm just saying I don't think you heard me saying the ADHD hit until you stopped talking.
Okay.
Excuse the rather slight southernness. I watched an entire 300-part playlist on TikTok by
Why?
a southerner because it was funny. That's why.
Okay, fine. Alright. Okay, so listen, I want you guys all to understand something. This is a tricky part. This is a really tricky part. Actually, I'm just gonna do this one part here. As of January 1st, 2023, labels on food must list sesame as an allergen. This is a new requirement from the FDA, but if you're allergic to sesame, you should still be cautious of the foods you are buying. The law doesn't require products on their way to stores already on shelves by January 1st to list sesame on the label. Those foods also don't need to be removed or relabeled. Sesame joins Sesame joins 8 other food allergens that are already must be listed on labels, including milk, eggs, shellfish, tree nuts, peanuts, wheat, and soybeans. And mind you, some people consider tree nuts, coconuts as tree nuts, and some contain some, and some don't. Of sesame, me and homies hate sesame. Yeah, yeah. I gotta do an article on this one. So yeah. That one's a relatively new one. Um, yeah, that's relatively new. Okay. Um, I lost my Bog Mask page. How did I lose my Bog Mask page? Oh my god, Robin, what the hell? I don't give a rat's ass about Parents Guide right now. I need to buy my vlog mask before they're no longer available. Uh,
Go to history.
huh?
Go to history.
That would take too long. Vlog mask. Nope. Vlog mask. Actual vlog mask. Actual vlog mask shop. There we go. Okay. That didn't. That.
Common.
Huh?
Is coconut allergy common?
Coconut allergy is not very common. No. Um.
If it was, do you really think there'd be this many problems?
If
There are a lot of problems with a lot of allergies.
Well,
Mm.
yeah,
Doesn't
it would
matter
also
the
probably end up being
commonality.
more
Look
like
at soy.
with
Still in
peanut butter
everything, even though it's top 9.
Yeah. 1 second.
The United States genuinely doesn't care about people who are allergic to shit.
No. Okay. So, coconut allergy literally is 0. Oh Jesus, sweet. Why couldn't I have this kind of fucking luck? If I had this kind of luck with lotto tickets, 0.5 to 1% of the population has coconut allergy, according to New York Allergy and Sinus Centers.
Dang. You're a zebra for coconuts, I guess.
I-
Coconut zebra.
yeah. Okay, so coconut. So let's go about bog mask. Yeah. And then I read opposing articles today that said one said that um um one said that uh there was no way that they were airborne, and there was another one that said that they were airborne once a leaf or a stem is broken. And I was like, okay, you tell me that you can get every single mask that you have work with to from point A to point B, and then from point B to the actual owner's house, without a single tear in a single leaf or a single stem. And I might believe you. Um, you know what I mean? So anyway, uh,
Do
uh,
you grow up with such a coconut?
I haven't tried in a while, so I don't know.
Try it. I'm just curious.
The last the last doctor. That's what I meant to say. The last doctor who suggested I bring in an avocado and a banana to my next allergy test so that we could test me for those allergens, even though I gave him very strict, I gave him very explicit descriptions of what happened, gave him pictures and everything, and told them my husband was sitting in the waiting room and would be happy to attest to the whole situation. And the doctor said, if you aren't willing to let us test you in the office, you are not going, I can't accept you as a patient. And I said, if you're willing to risk my life so that you can make a few bucks off the insurance company, because you don't know, you know as well as I do, that you don't know if the next reaction will be my last reaction, then you don't deserve me as a patient, because I'd really like to do breathing tomorrow. So I'm leaving now. Thank you. Bye. And his nurse just stood there with her mouth open, like hanging on the floor. And that was one of the biggest medical centers in Minnesota. And
Dr. Rubin mentioned something about having person test their allergen in office, and then he's like, oh, we're on standby with the EpiPen, et cetera, et cetera. Luckily, my allergist never been like, oh, you're allergic to peanuts, come in and eat a peanut. Well,
yeah, but see, the problem is if the person that you're talking about has that history of blood pressure issues, which are under control at the moment, do you really want to be jumping to the EpiPen? Because quite honestly, look, I already tested that shit at home. Okay, it happened more than once. I have pictures. I have video. My husband saw it. My daughter saw it. My fingers were so fat I couldn't bend. Look at the elephant tracks right now. I couldn't bend them. I couldn't get my rings off. I had impending doom. I remember I took pictures. I had everything but the Pope standing behind me, ready to testify in front of God that it actually happened. And this SOB was like, well, we have to have it, we have to test it in office, or we can't document it. And I was like, no, you have to test it in office or you can't charge for it. There's your difference right there. That's why you need to test for it again, because you need to charge for it. Otherwise, your private lab doesn't get all the funding that you're looking for. And he was so pissed when I said that. All right. Include $8 head strap accessory. All right. See, I have to include that accessory because when my ears are, I have zero collagen in my ears. There's a reason I wear a headband all the time. It's not just because I think it's cute. It's because my ears don't have collagen in them. I do have a head strap. Two plastic head strap. I'm only gonna order one of those, but I'm ordering two of the masks. I'm adding the cart for me. 65.60 checkout. 20 percent discount applied automatically at checkout through December 31st. Organic black medium plus 26.50 head strap accessory. I only wait a second. Is the head strap accessory made of what is the head strap accessory made of? I didn't check that. I don't know what that's made of. What is it? It says nothing about that strap accessory. All right, I don't need the head strap accessory. I have 2 accessories here somewhere here at home. I bought them on Amazon. I bought them in a pack of 3 and it was $8. So we're just gonna go with that. That means that the weight isn't on my ears. 8 people here, no comments. I get that a lot. People like listening to me talk. And I I got that kind of voice apparently. All right, they're on sale 2 for $52.80. By the way, if any of Jen's people are here, I saw the last video and you really need to stop speaking specifically about how you're curing MCAS and everybody with bone broth and starting with dropperfuls and whatever, because while you might be doing that with some people, since not all MCAS people are affected by um, histamines, many of us are, and there's a reason we carry EpiPens, and no amount of bone broth, no amount of fermented foods is going to actually cure that. So, just so you know, the people that you're actually helping, most likely, if you cured them, they most likely actually had histamine intolerance. If they were diagnosed by a functional medicine doctor or a naturopathic doctor, they most likely had histamine intolerance, not bone broth. If you notice, you don't see anybody walking around going, I cured cancer, because that's definitive. And you can't go around saying that because people would call you crazy. The same chick that usually does. Um, but because MCAS is up in the air and because no one, it's just easy to say. It's easy to say, and does not do any of us any good. What you're doing with histamine intolerance is incredible. I commend that. But using bone broth, using this MCAS, and selling hopes and dreams and taking people's money for it is not is not where we need to be. All right, let's see. I don't even know. Oh yeah, stop with the oil pulling for real. All right, I need to go because my husband's gonna be up like I don't know.
I don't think you'd be annoyed about us being awake specifically. I just think you'd be slightly annoyed about you still being live.
That's 4:15. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I just checked what time it was.
Passed off as having a bad night. You still being alive would be passed off as we were doing this on purpose.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go now. Everybody have a good night, and you have a good one. If you have any questions, message me or chronicallyspicy@gmail.com, or you can find me on Facebook. Just check my bio on Twitter, on TikTok. I'll talk to you later. Bye. If I can end it. There you go. All right. Now. over here and 98447 27. How is that wrong? 98447. How is that wrong? Oh, I gotcha. Nine four four seven 984427 9844. There you go. Oh. All right, it's ordered. If he eats some, he owes me $52.80. The good thing is I'm sleeping in my clothes. And I'll just use my silent. Here. You need to be my partner in this. Child.